So I'm having a chat with Travis from We the Kings. How are you?
I'm fantastic, man. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Hey, that's all right, not a problem. So first things first, released today, you have a brand new EP called Saga. What can people expect when they go and take a listen?
Yeah, this is always an exciting day for an artist because it's the first time that you feel very, very judged on your music. So what people can expect, we actually did something a little different, actually a lot different from what we've normally done. We decided to basically have a concept album where we chose all 6 of these songs that are on Saga for the EP that we just released. All 6 of the songs, each one represents an album that we've previously released. So we've released 6 full-length albums, starting with our self-titled in 2007, and basically the order of the track list is the same order of the albums that we've put out as far as which song references which album. And it was just a concept that we had that we thought would be really cool to highlight the fact that we have 6 albums. You know, a lot of our fans, some of them come from album 5, some come from album 3, some have been there since day 1, some are going to hear about us from this record. So I thought it was cool to highlight the fact that, hey, you might be a We the Kings fan, and there might be your favorite record of ours that you haven't listened to yet. And when we were doing the writing for Saga, we tried, I wanted to kind of hop in my shoes from a previous time of when I was writing that record. So it was really all about, going back and listening to the album that we were referencing. And then it was about like thinking where I was mentally, spiritually, physically, geographically, where I was and what I was thinking about and what was going on in my life that I wanted to write about, that was inspired and motivated by. And it's so funny because each song truly sounds like the record that it was kind of portraying. And I thought it was just such a cool thing to do, and especially for our fans that have been there since day 1 to kind of see there and have a nice like nostalgic view of what they've listened to before. But also with everything that's happening with, the world and the pandemic and obviously the craziness that's there, we've all kind of been home and had the ability to self-reflect, on our lives, personal, our relationships, whatever it may be. So I thought, what better way to exemplify that than to write a record where we as a band kind of self-reflect of our career so far, which is why we named that album Saga, just representing the journey that we've been on.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of the journey, the first record was released in 2007. What's the journey been like, and how has the music progressed since then?
It's, we've been really lucky to do something that I think bands choose one way of these 2 to go. I think the first way is a band can continue to make the same record over and over and over again and really build their original fan base and have people who specifically like that type of album. We've never done that. So we decided to try to evolve and to grow and to push the boundaries every record that we put out. And for us, that's allowed us to have fans that are okay with us, changing different things about the record, even, each time that we put an album out. And, it's still my voice. It's still the same 5 guys in the band. It's, we have a specific writing style. There's things that are similar, but what's nice is that we've been able to, as the years have come by and as the records have come out, we've been able to really like try things that we might not have tried on our first album or second, third, fourth, fifth if we had just kind of stayed stagnant with the time. So the music has progressed a lot. The quality of the recordings of the songs, have become better because we've been more financially able to put together better sounding records. But the writing, it changes with us as people. We're different people than we were, 12 and 13 years ago when we were finishing up our first album, and our fans are too. Our fans who have been there since day 1, have grown in the same ways that we have. So we really are grateful for the fact that our fans have stuck by us so much through the progression of our music over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is an EP, and it's been a couple of years now since the full-length record came out. Is that the plan in the works for the future, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. So we just kind of wanted to use this EP as like a refresher of We the Kings in a way. You know, here are 6 new songs that each reflect one of our 6 albums. This is this EP. It's, you know, in a time where everybody's self-reflecting and becoming nostalgic. This is the album for today. We have a batch of other songs that we're finishing writing, recording, and tracking and mixing and getting mastered, and that will be the idea of that album. It's not a concept by any means, but that will be more of who we are today in the present and who, you know, and where we're going for the future. So Saga being the quick EP between albums that is just kind of a tip of the hat to all of our fans. And, you know, like in a way it's a pat on the back for all the things that we've been able to accomplish, which we really like. I don't know if we ever truly thought that we could come this far. So, you know, this is a record that's, you know, equally as special to us as it is the fans that have been, you know, here for the journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And not too long ago, before probably this EP was even thought about, you had a track out with Simple Plan and State Champs, which was a bit of fun to get all of you guys kind of recording a track together.
Yeah, I mean, it's always talked about. You know, we do all these tours together all the time, and when it's not tours, we do festivals or radio shows, and we're all together. We're all in the same rooms so much of the time. And I remember we were like, hey, let's do something with this. You know, let's grab other artists and let's collaborate, and let's just, you know, just for fun, just to see what happens. We have all the time in the world sometimes when we're out there on the road, and at the end of the day, like, why not? So it was really cool. Simple Plan is State Champs. We're getting ready to embark on the tour with us, and we just basically said that, like, why not? Why not put together songs? We can all play live. We can all jump up on stage together. It's going to be a blast. And it was, and the fans like it. Whenever worlds, you know, collide, like, this was my favorite band. This band has my favorite song. This band I got to meet, you know, and they're all playing together. It's like when things happen like that for a lot of fans, it's very special. So we just kind of took that mentality and now have used it with other artists. You know, Avril Lavigne and We the Kings have a song, and Simple Plan and State Champs, and we've been really lucky to meet incredible people and to turn it into something.
Yeah, absolutely. And touching on touring, I'm sure you can't wait to be back out on the road as soon as possible. Yeah,
it has been the longest that we've ever been home. The silver lining for us is the fact that all 5 of us in the band are dads, and you know, we're all happily married, and our kids are amazing, and we've never had this kind of time where we've been able to actually see our kids grow up, and we've actually been there to celebrate birthdays and holidays and milestones. We've seen our kids walk for the first time in person versus watching on like FaceTime. And it's been, you know, selfishly speaking, this has been an unforgettable time. And the silver lining for us is just that we have had this time. This is more time than you know, we'll likely ever have. So, you know, as much as I do want to get back out on the road, because there's a piece of my heart that I just miss so incredibly bad, of being out there and doing something that I'm so, you know, just empowered by and passionate about. With missing that, it's that's the piece of my heart that I'm missing. But a big part of my heart is my family, and being able to have been with them the past year or so has been absolutely unforgettable and just priceless to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And is there anywhere that you haven't been to before that you do want to get to at some point?
We actually had some shows. So we obviously had a full schedule of 2020 of shows before everything got canceled. And it was some colleges, some military bases, some foreign shows, and one of the places that I really wanted to play was for the Navy and the Air Force, but was over in Hawaii, and it was at Pearl Harbor, which I thought would be such a cool place to play. We were going to play on one of the aircraft carriers, and I was really looking forward to that. I shouldn't say it got canceled because they did say that they wanted to reschedule, but once everything is safe for people to get in at shows and to travel and all these things. So that is one place that is on our radar to play, and that will be coming up soon. But there's not many places that we haven't played. I would say the one place that I'd really like to play and that I'd like to visit is South Africa. We've only been like on the eastern side of Africa, like the Horn of Africa is what it's called, but we've never played South Africa, and I always thought that would be a really cool place to play as well. The other one on our bucket list is Ireland. All these years and all the times that we played in the UK, we've never played Ireland. And I'm a redhead, so
Crazy.
It's like my people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Travis, it's been great having a chat with you.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys like the album.